You didn't notice it happening. One notification at a time, one scroll, one just 5 more minutes. They didn't take your freedom, your time, or your money first. They took your attention, and with it, they took you. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just surrounded. Surrounded by noise, surrounded by apps, ads, endless feeds, dopamine traps, and invisible algorithms engineered not to serve you, but to own you. They rewired your brain while you laughed, while you watched, while you tapped. And now, you can't sit in silence without reaching for a screen. You can't read a page without checking for a message. You can't finish a task without 10 tabs open and nothing done. This isn't just distraction, this is war. And the battlefield is your mind. But there's something they forgot. You still have a choice. You can rewire, rebuild, reclaim. You can train your attention like a muscle. You can delete the noise. Design your inputs. You can become dangerous again. Focused, sharp, present, alive. This audiobook is your weapon, not to escape the world, but to win in it. Clear, awake, unstoppable. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Invisible War. You wake up and the war begins, not with bullets or bombs, but with vibrations and screens. You check your phone before you check in with yourself. Notifications flood in. Messages, mentions, memes, news, dopamine. Your attention is already fractured before your feet hit the floor. That's not an accident. It's by design. There are entire industries whose sole mission is to hijack your mind. They don't want your money. Not at first. They want your eyes, your time, your focus. Because once they have that, they have everything. You see, focus is currency now. In the digital age, whoever controls your attention controls your choices, what you buy, what you believe, who you become. And most people have no idea they're under attack. They call it the attention economy. But make no mistake, it's an arms race. Every second you spend distracted is a second you didn't invest in yourself. Every hour lost to mindless scrolling is an hour you could have built, learned, trained, created. They don't just steal your time, they steal your potential. But here's the worst part. They made it feel normal. They turned anxiety into entertainment, confusion into comfort, overstimulation into identity. We now fear silence. We fear being alone with our thoughts. We crave the buzz, the ping, the scroll. Not because it fulfills us, but because it numbs us. And if you don't fight back, you don't stay the same. You decay. Your thoughts get shallow. Your goals get blurry. Your days blend together. Until one day you wake up and don't recognize who you've become. You are not weak, but you've been made mentally soft. You've been conditioned for consumption instead of creation, to react instead of think, to be entertained instead of focused. That changes now. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Focus is a superpower in this world. In a society addicted to speed, the one who can move slowly with intention will always win. In a culture of overstimulation, silence becomes your weapon. In a world of attention deficits, depth becomes your advantage. Focus is not just about productivity, it's about identity. It's about choosing who you want to become and training your brain to stay locked on that path no matter what chaos surrounds you. It's not easy. It's not instant, but it's possible. And it starts by recognizing this. You are in a war, but the enemy isn't the phone. It isn't the app. It's the automatic you, the default settings you've accepted. The version of you that runs on impulse, fear, reaction. The real battle is internal, and victory comes through awareness, discipline, and design. This chapter isn't just a warning, it's a call to arms. Reclaim your hours. Rewire your instincts. Return to focus. Not because it's trendy, but because it's the foundation of freedom. This is the first step. Next, we'll build the armor. Chapter 2. Mental Armor. Rebuilding a brain. Built for depth, the first battle you face is not outside yourself. It's within. The distractions, the noise, the chaos all come from the world, but they only win if your mind is unprepared. Think of your brain as a fortress. Right now, the walls are cracked, the gates left open, and the guards asleep. To survive this war on focus, you need to rebuild that fortress from the ground up. Your mental armor is forged through habits, boundaries, and conscious design. It's the structure that defends your attention against the onslaught of endless interruptions. But building this armor isn't a quick fix. It demands patience, persistence, and above all, intention. The first piece of this armor is awareness. You must learn to recognize the automatic impulses that hijack your attention: the pull to check your phone, the urge to reply instantly, the temptation to multitask. All these are not your friends. They are tactics in a battle designed to fragment your focus and steal your energy. But awareness alone is not enough. Awareness without action is like seeing the enemy at the gates, but refusing to raise the drawbridge. The next step is to set boundaries: physical, digital, and mental. Create spaces where distractions cannot enter. Turn off notifications. Designate specific times for checking emails or social media. These simple actions are powerful because they shape your environment to support your focus instead of sabotaging it. Equally important is learning to say no, not just to others, but to yourself. The yes habit, that constant agreement to every request, every urge, every distraction, is the enemy of depth. Saying no is a muscle that must be exercised daily. It protects your time and preserves your mental energy. Rebuilding your mental armor also means training your brain to handle discomfort. In a world addicted to instant gratification, sitting with boredom or resisting distraction is revolutionary. It's the quiet moments, free from noise and interruption, where creativity, clarity, and deep thinking emerge. But these moments can feel uncomfortable, even painful at first. Your brain is rewiring, shedding old habits like a snake sheds its skin. One practical way to start is by practicing focused attention for short, deliberate periods. Pick a task, reading, writing, meditating, and commit to doing it without interruption for even just 10 minutes. This small act trains your mind to hold focus, building endurance that grows stronger over time. Over weeks and months, these deliberate efforts compound. The fortress of your mind grows stronger, the walls thicker. You'll find yourself less reactive, less pulled in a million directions. Your thoughts become clearer, your decisions sharper. The mental clutter fades, and in its place comes presence. Presence is the crown jewel of focus. It's the state of being fully engaged in the moment, aware but not overwhelmed, calm but alert. It is here that true power lies: power over yourself, your choices, your life. This mental armor is not just defense, it is the foundation for creation. The deeper your focus, the richer your ideas, the greater your impact. You don't just survive the war on attention, you win it. But don't expect this transformation to happen overnight. Your brain has been trained for distraction for years, maybe decades. Rebuilding takes time, patience, and consistent effort. There will be setbacks, moments when the old habits sneak back in, when you feel weak or distracted again. That's natural. It's part of the process. What matters is that you keep returning to the fight, keep rebuilding the armor stronger each time. This chapter isn't about quick hacks or tricks. It's about creating a resilient mind that can thrive in chaos, that can hold steady while the world spins out of control. Next, we will explore the tools and rituals that support this rebuilding. Practical strategies that fit into your daily life and make focus less of a struggle and more of a natural state. The war on focus is real, but with mental armor forged through awareness, boundaries, and discipline, you become the unshakable warrior. Chapter 3: The Power of Rituals. Building daily habits that shield your mind. In the chaos of today's world, rituals are your anchors. They are the deliberate actions repeated daily that create stability amid the noise. Without rituals, focus is fragile, like a candle flickering in a storm. But with rituals, your attention becomes steady, reliable, and protected. Rituals are not just about discipline, they are about identity. When you repeat certain behaviors consistently, you train your brain to expect and prepare for focus. Over time, these behaviors become automatic, part of who you are, not just what you do. Imagine starting your day not by diving into emails or social media, but with a simple ritual, a moment of silence, breathing, or journaling. This small act signals to your brain that the day is beginning with intention, not reaction. It sets the tone for hours to come. The key to effective rituals is simplicity. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start with one small habit. Maybe it's turning off your phone for the first hour after waking. Maybe it's a 5-minute meditation before work. Whatever it is, make it manageable and consistent. Consistency is the secret weapon. A ritual repeated daily rewires your brain, forming new neural pathways that support focus. It's like paving a smooth road for your attention to travel on. But rituals also require protection. They need space, both physical and mental. If your workspace is cluttered, if your environment is noisy, rituals lose their power. Create a space that invites focus. Remove distractions. Use lighting, scents, or sounds that help you settle into the task. Rituals also act as boundaries. They mark transitions between different parts of your day, signaling to your mind when it's time to work and when it's time to rest. These boundaries prevent the constant bleed of work into leisure, and vice versa, which is a major source of mental exhaustion. Another powerful ritual is setting clear priorities each day. Take a moment every morning to choose the few tasks that matter most. This focus on less but better protects you from the tyranny of the urgent and helps you channel your energy where it counts. As these rituals become part of your routine, you'll notice a shift. Your mind will resist distraction less. Your focus will deepen naturally. You'll move through tasks with flow instead of friction. Remember, rituals are not about perfection. Some days you'll miss them, or they won't feel effective. That's okay. The power lies in returning to them, again and again, building momentum. In a world designed to scatter your attention, rituals are your shield. They reclaim your day piece by piece, moment by moment. They remind your brain that focus is not a fight, but a habit, a way of being. The invisible war on your mind rages on, but with rituals, you build a sanctuary of calm and control. Next, we will explore how to optimize your environment to support these rituals and amplify your focus. Chapter 4. The Environment. Designing your space for success. Your mind is powerful, but it does not work in isolation. It's deeply influenced by the space you inhabit. The world around you shapes your focus more than you realize. A cluttered desk, noisy surroundings, harsh lighting. These are all subtle enemies that chip away at your attention, fragment your thoughts, and drain your energy. Designing your environment is not about obsessing over perfection. It's about creating a space that invites you to enter a state of flow where distractions fade and productivity rises. This is not a luxury or an afterthought. It's a strategic move in the war on your focus. The first step is clarity. Clear your physical space of unnecessary items. Clutter is mental noise made visible. When your desk or room is crowded with papers, gadgets, or random objects, your brain processes all that visual information, pulling your attention away from the task at hand. Simplify. Keep only what is essential and inspiring. This creates a visual calm that encourages mental calm. But environment is more than just tidiness. It's about lighting that supports alertness without causing strain. Natural light is best, but if that's not possible, invest in warm, indirect lighting that mimics daylight. Harsh fluorescent bulbs are enemies of concentration and mood. Sound plays a critical role as well. Some people thrive in silence, others need background noise. Understand your preference and design accordingly. Use noise-canceling headphones, ambient music, or nature sounds to block out distractions. Remember, even low-level noise can wear down your brain's ability to focus over time. Temperature and comfort matter more than most people think. If you're too hot or cold, your body demands attention. Ergonomic furniture that supports your posture reduces fatigue and keeps your mind sharp. Small changes like a supportive chair or a standing desk can have outsized impacts on your ability to concentrate. Technology, the double-edged sword, demands careful management in your environment. Your phone, the biggest distraction, should have a designated place, out of immediate reach if possible. Use apps that limit screen time or block distracting sites during work hours. Make technology work for you, not against you. Your environment should also support your rituals and routines. Create dedicated zones for focused work, relaxation, and creativity. When your brain associates a particular space with focus, entering that space triggers the mental state needed to concentrate. This conditioning is powerful and often overlooked. But don't forget the emotional and psychological aspects of your environment. Surround yourself with things that inspire and motivate you. Photos, quotes, plants, or art that uplift your mood can boost your energy and creativity. A positive emotional state is fertile ground for focus to grow. Designing your environment is not a one-time event. It's a process of continuous refinement. As your work changes, your needs evolve. Pay attention to what helps and what hinders. Adjust lighting, seating, noise levels, and decor to keep your space aligned with your goals. Remember, the environment is your unseen ally or your hidden saboteur. By consciously shaping it, you tilt the battlefield in your favor. You create a sanctuary where your mind can thrive, free from the constant assault of distraction. This chapter is your blueprint for that sanctuary. Next, we will dive into the habits of the most focused minds, how they cultivate discipline and resilience to maintain clarity amid chaos. Chapter 5. Discipline and Resilience. The habits of focused minds. Discipline and resilience are the twin pillars that support sustained focus. They are not traits you're born with, but habits you build through daily effort and mindset shifts. To conquer the distractions of the digital age, you must cultivate these qualities relentlessly. Discipline is often misunderstood as rigid self-denial or harsh punishment, but true discipline is freedom. The freedom to choose what serves your goals over what merely pleases momentarily. It is the ability to say no to distractions and yes to meaningful action, even when your motivation wavers. This ability is forged in the small moments. Each time you resist the urge to check your phone or delay a task, you strengthen your discipline muscle. Over time, these small victories accumulate, creating momentum that carries you through tougher challenges. Resilience is the armor that protects discipline from collapse. It is the capacity to bounce back from setbacks, to face frustration without giving up. In a world designed to fragment your attention, resilience keeps you on course when distractions threaten to pull you off track. Building resilience means shifting your mindset about failure and discomfort. Instead of seeing distraction or lack of focus as a sign of weakness, view them as signals to adjust and recommit. Every slip is an opportunity to learn, not a verdict on your worth or potential. Focused minds also cultivate patience. They understand that mastery over attention is a long game. Instant gratification is the enemy. Endurance is the ally. This patience allows them to work steadily through boredom, fatigue, and temptation, holding their attention where it matters most. A practical habit to build discipline and resilience is scheduling focused work sessions. Use a timer, such as the Pomodoro technique, to commit to short bursts of undistracted work, followed by intentional breaks. This trains your brain to sustain effort while respecting its natural rhythms. Another habit is journaling your progress. Reflect daily on what helped or hindered your focus. Writing clarifies your intentions, reveals patterns, and fuels motivation. It creates accountability to yourself, the most powerful accountability of all. Discipline is also about managing your energy, not just your time. Pay attention to when you feel most alert and creative during the day, and reserve those windows for your most demanding tasks. Protect your energy with sleep, nutrition, and movement, because a tired mind is an unfocused mind. Resilience grows from community as well. Surround yourself with people who respect your goals and understand the challenges of focus in a distracted world. Share your struggles and victories. Connection fuels perseverance. The habits of focused minds are not about perfection. They are about persistence, kindness to oneself, and unwavering commitment to what matters. This chapter invites you to embrace the challenge with courage, knowing that discipline and resilience are the real game changers in hacking your attention. Next, we'll explore how to harness technology, not as a distraction, but as a powerful tool to amplify your focus and productivity in this digital age. Chapter 6: Tech Mastery, Using Digital Tools. Without losing your mind, technology is the great paradox of our era. It promises connection, efficiency, and access to knowledge, yet it often becomes the greatest thief of our focus and time. Mastering technology, rather than being mastered by it, is essential if you want to reclaim your attention and make digital tools work for you instead of against you. The first step toward tech mastery is understanding the nature of digital distraction. Apps, notifications, endless scrolls. They are designed to capture your attention and keep it, often at the expense of your goals and mental well-being. Recognizing this is not about blaming technology, but about acknowledging its power and choosing how to engage with it intentionally. This choice begins with control. Take back your digital environment by customizing your devices. Turn off non-essential notifications. Limit the apps you use during focus periods. Use built-in tools or third-party apps to block distracting sites when you need deep work. These actions may seem small, but they create a barrier between you and the constant pull of interruption. Next, redefine your relationship with communication. Messages, emails, and social media can wait. Establish specific times to check and respond instead of reacting immediately. This simple shift reduces the attention tax of constant interruptions and puts you back in the driver's seat. One powerful method to regain control is batching similar digital tasks together. Instead of switching between different apps and tasks endlessly, group your digital activities, like answering emails or reviewing social media, into focused blocks. This reduces cognitive switching costs and helps maintain flow. But tech mastery is not just about defense, it's also about offense, using technology as a tool for creation, learning, and growth. Curate your digital tools thoughtfully. Use apps that enhance productivity, like note-taking programs, task managers, and focus timers. Invest time in learning shortcuts and workflows that speed up your work instead of slowing you down. Mindful consumption is another pillar. Be selective about what you consume digitally. Choose high-quality content that inspires and educates rather than mindless entertainment. Curate your feeds, unsubscribe from noise, and cultivate a digital diet that nourishes your mind. The hardware you use matters too. Invest in tools that support comfort and efficiency, ergonomic keyboards, quality headphones, and monitors positioned for optimal posture. The physical interface affects your mental experience more than you might think. Remember, technology is an extension of your habits and intentions. Without discipline, it becomes chaos. With conscious choices, it becomes your most powerful ally. Mastering technology means designing digital boundaries that protect your focus while unlocking the immense potential of tools that expand your capabilities. It is not about rejecting technology, but about harnessing it with wisdom. As you refine this mastery, you reclaim not just your attention, but your time, the most precious resource in the digital age. The next chapter will explore the final frontier, how to cultivate creativity and innovation by balancing focus with freedom. Chapter 7: The Creative Edge. Balancing focus and freedom, crafted to maintain the length and style you prefer. Chapter 7: The Creative Edge. Balancing focus and freedom. Creativity is the lifeblood of innovation and progress, yet it often feels at odds with rigid focus. Many believe that to be productive, you must sacrifice freedom and spontaneity. But the truth is, creativity thrives where focus and freedom dance together in balance. Focus is necessary to bring ideas into reality, to turn fleeting inspiration into finished work. Freedom, on the other hand, fuels the imagination, opens new pathways, and breaks the chains of routine. Without freedom, creativity stagnates. Without focus, it dissipates. Finding the balance starts with recognizing that creativity is not just a sudden flash of genius, but a process, a rhythm of concentrated effort followed by periods of openness and play. In your daily life, this might look like scheduling time for deep, focused work where distractions are minimized, followed by breaks or sessions dedicated purely to exploration and experimentation. These free moments allow your mind to wander, make new connections, and incubate ideas beneath the surface. Creating an environment that supports this balance is crucial. Just as you design your workspace to foster focus, build spaces or moments that invite curiosity. This could be a corner filled with inspiring books and art, a walk in nature, or even a casual chat with a friend that sparks new perspectives. Many of the most creative minds in history understood this balance intuitively. They alternated intense periods of work with time away from the task, letting ideas simmer. Modern neuroscience backs this up. The brain's default mode network, the part responsible for daydreaming and imagination, activates during rest and unstructured time. But balancing focus and freedom requires discipline too. It's tempting to linger in the freedom phase, procrastinating or getting lost in distractions. That's why rituals and boundaries remain essential and even in creative work. One powerful practice is to approach creativity as an intentional act. Set clear goals for your creative sessions, but allow flexibility in how you reach them. This mindset encourages exploration within structure, a paradox that unlocks breakthroughs. Embracing failure is also vital. Creative work involves risk and uncertainty. Not every idea will succeed, but each attempt refines your understanding and brings you closer to innovation. Resilience learned from previous chapters supports you here. Collaboration can further enhance this balance. Engaging with others introduces new viewpoints and challenges your assumptions, pushing your creativity beyond your personal limits. At the same time, solitary reflection deepens insights and hones focus. Finally, cultivate curiosity as a lifelong habit. Ask questions, seek new experiences, and remain open to learning. Curiosity fuels the creative engine, ensuring that freedom continually renews your capacity for focused work. In mastering the creative edge, you unlock a way of working and living that is both productive and joyful. You become not just a manager of tasks, but a cultivator of ideas and innovation. With this chapter, you now have the full toolkit to hack your attention, time, and creative potential in the digital age. The concluding chapter will tie all these insights together and offer a clear path forward to live a focused, fulfilled, and innovative life. Chapter 8: Mastering Your Mindset. The Inner Game of Focus. Focus begins not with your environment or tools, but within your own mind. The battlefield for attention is internal as much as external. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape how easily you can concentrate and stay on course. Mastering your mindset means understanding and shaping these inner forces. It means cultivating mental clarity, emotional balance, and a growth-oriented outlook that fuels sustained focus. One of the biggest challenges is the constant chatter of your mind, doubts, worries, random thoughts that distract you even in the quietest environments. Learning to observe these thoughts without getting pulled in is the foundation of mental discipline. Practices like mindfulness and meditation train your brain to notice distractions, gently redirecting your focus back to the task at hand. Your beliefs about focus also matter deeply. If you think concentration is a fixed trait or that you're just not a focused person, you limit your own potential. Adopting a growth mindset, believing focus is a skill you can develop, empowers you to persist through challenges and setbacks. Emotional self-regulation is another cornerstone. Stress, anxiety, and negative emotions hijack attention and drain energy. Developing habits to manage these feelings through breathing exercises, physical movement, or reframing negative thoughts protects your focus and mental well-being. Visualization is a powerful mental tool in this process. Imagine yourself working with clarity and discipline, overcoming distractions effortlessly. This mental rehearsal strengthens neural pathways associated with focus, making the desired state more accessible in reality. Another mindset shift involves embracing imperfection. Waiting for the perfect moment or perfect conditions leads to procrastination. Focused people start before they feel ready and accept that progress often comes in messy, imperfect steps. Gratitude and purpose fuel motivation. Reminding yourself why you want to focus, whether it's to create, learn, or achieve goals, anchors your attention in meaningful reasons beyond momentary pleasure or pain. Journaling or self reflection can deepen this awareness. Regularly checking in with your mental and emotional state reveals patterns that help you adjust habits and environment proactively. Remember, your mind is like a muscle. It grows stronger with consistent training and rest. Over time, mastering your mindset transforms focus from a battle to a flow, a state where concentration becomes natural and even enjoyable. As you integrate this inner mastery with the external strategies discussed earlier, you become unstoppable. A person who can navigate the digital age with calm clarity and fierce purpose. The next chapter will pull all these elements together, giving you a roadmap to live and work with unstoppable focus every day.